Greetings and salutations. Welcome back, listeners. We're here once again on Trust the Podcast. Today we are joined by Rai.
Hello.
Welcome. Happy to have you.
Hello.
So, since the last episode, it's been a crazy couple of weekends. You know, first we have some presidential news. Oh, wrong sound. Might be. Oh, God.
Is that wrong?
That's hilarious.
Oh, there you go.
Oh no.
So
I like the football intro better, honestly.
Yeah,
I
the other
like
one
it.
was
Yeah,
better.
that was good.
it's better. It reminds me of that meme you sent me, Cody, where it was like Trump at the concert getting hype when Biden dropped out.
Yeah.
Which so that's the news, by the way, everybody.
We might do
Yeah,
some
Joe-
cuts and some edits.
Joe
President-
Biden threw a signature that he's never done before, and
He didn't write that shit.
no, he
An
didn't.
online signature, by the
An
way.
an online signature that doesn't match any of his other signatures throughout his entire time in office. That
The
was partially
82-year-old
written by
guy.
at least one of his aides.
The 82-year-old used an online
Totally-
signature.
Consciously, on purpose, dropped out of the presidential race.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, what? That signature? What? It says
It's underlined.
it's a
He's never once underlined
He's
his
never-
signature in
Nope.
all 4 years he's been off.
it's a slash, an R, a big B, and it kind of
And
says
let's-
Biden.
This is again why I say it's
Well, it
either the
looked
two things.
similar to his regular signature.
It's either the two things. Either it's different because it's just not him writing it, or it's different because he had a fucking stroke and he can't write the same after having a stroke.
Mm-hmm.
It's all certainly possible.
I think he's dead. This
I
motherfucker's
think
dead
they're
already,
doing
bro.
what the Queen did, or what the British did with the Queen, and are just weekend at Bernie'sing him
100%, dude.
until the election's over.
Yup, 100%, dude. And I wouldn't put it past Jill Biden either, dude. She's fucking something too.
She's a freak.
Well, yeah. So now Kamala has the nomination. Is going to be the next candidate for the Democrats.
Yeah,
Which-
yeah. By the way, if you're a Democrat, you voted for
Forced
Joe
that.
Biden. Fuck you, I guess, because your vote doesn't mean shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, and they didn't even run the delegates either. Like they literally just gave it to her.
Yeah, they didn't
Mhm.
hold an emergency runoff
Mhm.
election or anything. No, they just gave it to Kamala.
Well,
I'm
it's
glad-
not that. It's that they. How are you going to redo every primary from the state?
Mhm.
Because that's the problem, is that he ran every primary, all Joe Biden, and then incumbently she's getting the nomination.
Yeah,
Yes.
I guess, man, but still.
And I did see a thing that said some states have like rules where they can't change the ballot a certain time from election. So some states might just have it still say Joe Biden on it. So I guess
Damn, really?
I don't know if they would
You know,
count.
Democrats are just going to count a vote for Joe Biden as a vote for Kamala.
I would assume so.
They
Like,
don't fucking care.
Well, they're probably gonna throw a couple million votes in there anyways too.
mhm.
Yeah.
Oh.
People that are dead. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I did. I didn't really look further into it, but I don't remember if it was in the paper. Like I briefly saw it at work or on the computer, but I think it said like something with Montana Supreme Court saying like absentee signatures could still count, or like
Damn.
like dead people or something still
What?
count. I think it was briefly on
What?
the Independent Record website. I don't really remember much because I was
Oh,
trying to read it. I was trying to read an article about something else, but then I do that thing where they're like, "You got to subscribe, and it's only like $3 for 6 months." And I'm like, "No, I'm not
I
trying to
hate
pay
that so
anything.
goddamn much.
I'm just trying to read the thing." So I backed out and I went to the main website, and there's something else. But like, it's funny because over the weekend I was at dinner with my family, and my sister's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sick of politics. All we do is talk about politics." And I'm like, "Well, when shit fucking happens."
We live in this fucking country. We should be at least a little bit interested
So-
in what's going on.
When was the last assassination attempt either? I mean,
Right?
Well,
Ronald
to,
Reagan.
Well, yeah, hold on.
That's
We gotta
the-
touch that in a second, but go ahead, Andy.
to that statement, I was gonna say, like, during the 4 years of Trump, we bitched about rhetoric in politics. During the 4 years of Biden, we've bitched about foreign politics, domestic politics, not
Racial
rhetoric at
crises,
not
gas
really
prices.
rhetoric at all, but actual like problems. You can hate
Interest
politics,
rates,
but you have to admit
housing
the
costs,
problems during Trump weren't really the problems that we have
the
now.
the used car market.
Dude,
Yeah,
fucking
no, it's
gallon
all
of milk.
Yeah, I'm spending $150 to feed one person for like a week and a half.
Oh,
But-
it's pain, bro. It's pain.
Fucking insane.
Yeah, it's wild. Shit's crazy. Like my
Bidenomics,
groceries
Eggs
was
are like
baby.
$5 a carton, bro. I remember
Almost
when eggs
200.
were like $1 at the most.
Yep. But to circle back to my thing, I was like, okay, I won't bring it up at least. And then obviously my dad has the news on when we get there. We didn't really talk about it at dinner, but then after dinner, me, him, my brother are there, and we're watching it on CNN. And I'm like, damn, this is crazy. This is actually happening. And then he's like, you know what? Let's see what these people have to say. Put it on Fox News, and this one guy came on, and he was like really prepared. Like the right side, it seemed like they'd been ready for this for a long time. He was like, they've been lying to you. Votes don't count. We know Biden's been screwed up the whole time. They've been covering it up. Like,
Wow.
It's true. It's fucking true.
and I was just like, yeah.
Well, I personally think like when it comes to Kamala Harris, there's really no reason to think any differently than how we have for the past two
Mhm.
years, let alone during this election season. Every conservative, every Republican, every America First kind of person knows and knew that Kamala Harris has been running the show, and she was probably going to be the person that we would have to run against anyways.
Yeah, she's really been the president the past 4 years. Like, just not
so
officially.
How's that
the
going?
news that I read or have been listening to and read for the past 2 days now from the left is saying that the right is scared that we picked Kamala, and it's like you picked Kamala 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm. We
Why
all
would
knew.
But she's a black woman. We have to vote for her.
Is she?
Damn.
I mean, she's like vaguely brown. For
She's like milk chocolate. Yeah, I mean,
Oh
if
my
she's
God.
fucking black, I'm black.
Chocolate. Oh my god, Tyler, we already knew you were black.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So. Oh no.
Damn.
You might want to cut that one.
Yeah, that might be
I-
a little bit.
I will say though, like she is more left than Biden for sure. It's just
Yeah, she's a socialist. Yeah, you're right.
a lot.
Great, I can't wait to be eating bugs.
Here's something to keep in mind though. Can we all agree that in the past month it's been pretty crazy in politics? You have the
Oh, yeah.
It's been
It's
wild.
not just been crazy.
It's been
It's
ridiculous.
been absolutely
So-
about fucking insane.
right. So a lot can happen in a month.
Mm-hmm.
So we're 6 months away from election season.
Yes,
Even
sir.
more can happen, and
Speaking
am
of
going
which,
to be surprised by the end of it. She might not even be the nominee.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
possible.
certainly possible. She probably will.
I
be.
doubt
It's
it,
possible.
Yeah, she's their
I don't-
golden child.
I don't know if you guys remember 4 years ago, but she got obliterated in the second rounds of Democratic.
Yeah,
She got no
they were
votes.
talking
She
about
got
she
no-
didn't win any votes at all.
No
She
votes at
didn't.
all.
She was one of the most unpopular top tier Democrats that ever came to the Democratic debates. She got obliterated by Tulsi Gabbard, who ended up switching to a Republican and is now on probably going to be on Trump's cabinet.
Damn.
But again, we're talking about a person who was very highly unliked in 2020. Democrats remember that. That was only 4 years ago.
Well, the people of California even don't like Kamala Harris because she was
really?
their
Prosecutor,
she was their
attorney
state
or something.
district attorney for a long time, and she put
Yeah,
a lot of
she-
people in prison for
tons
legal
of people.
reasons.
Yep.
I think I think when the replays of Tulsi saying you ran a prison system where people weren't allowed to be released on their release dates, and they worked for so they can work for even cheaper labor.
Yeah,
That she held a person on death row even though they were sentenced for a minor crime and killed that person. That she had like 1,500 people locked up for smoking weed while she was asked if she's ever smoked weed and laughed about it. Those videos are going to resurface. Those
Mhm.
The
clips,
Willie Brown things have resurfaced now too. Have you heard about that?
let alone we're going to see more of her saying things for the next 6 months through the Biden administration as he's on a full decline downward. So
if not already dead.
No.
People are going to start taking it as the things that start happening in the next 6 months through the Biden administration, what we say President Biden has done. More and more people are going to look at that and say, no, that's what President Kamala is doing
Yes.
under the name of Joe Biden.
Yeah.
So this depends on Ukraine funding. This depends on closing the border. This depends on the economy, like our interest rates. This depends on how Israel and the funding for Israel goes. And then in the next 6 months, that's a whole lot of time to fuck up a lot. While Trump isn't president, he can literally turn around and say, "Look at what she's doing."
Mm-hmm.
True.
But
Excuse me.
well, the
Did you
theory
guys
is.
see how? Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say where the theory is Biden's dead. Biden's had a stroke. Everything knows he's not great. Like I saw the videos. He was at the 4th of July thing, and I'm pretty sure he said like "ho ho ho" or something. And then he's standing
Yeah.
in the crowd, and they're like dancing, and he's just kind of like
Yeah, bro, the
looking
look on
around
his face
like he
is
doesn't
like,
know where he
wow.
is.
Oh,
He's got this
God.
like dumb smile on his face.
Yeah,
He
Like-
looks like a toddler seeing an
You're
amusement
talking about
park
the
for
June-
first time.
the Juneteenth. There was like a Juneteenth concert that he was at.
Yeah, like this man ate like 4 edibles and got lost in the
That's
sauce.
what he looks like.
I know, right?
Oh,
It's like
God.
he did acid on the way to the rave and ended up at a Juneteenth concert.
Yeah, and he's still having fun though. If you look at him, he's having a great time.
Oh, that's pretty good.
This is the same man who, I mean, allegedly, no one's proved it yet, but shit his pants
Yes,
Again,
less than-
no,
less than 2 months ago.
which
on
I
this
believe.
video.
I believe it happened.
This has definitely been the
Normal
Emperor's
TV.
wearing no clothes situation for the past 2 years for sure.
So talking about shitting their pants, do you think the presidents wear whitey tighties or do they wear boxers?
Joe Biden definitely wears white.
Mhm.
He
Joe
has
Biden's
to,
wearing
right?
diapers, bro.
He's got
I
it, bro.
personally think
He's
Trump
wearing
wears-
he's wearing
got
Depends.
He's got a big, he got a grown up.
I'd like to
got
think
Depends.
Trump wears like the 90s style silk like briefs, you know what
Oh,
I'm
you
talking
know he
about?
does.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh.
He might even get like the crotch thong, I think too, but it's silk for sure.
No, it's fucking the cups.
Hang on. I'm gonna Google
what are they
something
called?
dangerous. Probably gonna get me put on a list.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Whoa, now, dude.
And I'm looking at what
Also-
type of underwear does he wear.
Did y'all see the Willie Brown stuff that's resurfacing now too about Kamala Harris?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that she had a fucking relationship with the governor or the mayor of San Francisco at one point.
Yeah, but apparently that got like she was apparently got caught like sleeping around with a bunch of other guys too,
Mhm.
Yeah,
and that kind of like started her career. So this girl literally started her career by getting on her fucking
Listen,
knees.
listen,
That's all I'm
no,
gonna say.
listen. I'm telling you, that's what the Democrats want you to do. They're baiting you. Listen, it's a bait, dude. Yes,
How's
it's
that a bait? She's looking bad. She's
Because-
dropping her knees. to get
Because
some
listen,
votes.
any Democrat will say the moment they hear a fellow Democrat say that's sexist or that's racist, they're on that side. They immediately side with it,
Yep.
right? So it's a bait. She's saying, "Oh, you just said it too. Oh, get down on your knees. They're baiting you to want to speak like that instead of just going after her policies as she's been vice president, which have been abysmal.
Hmm.
You don't even need that. This is what I'm saying. That's what the Democrats' plans is to do, is for the next 6 months, get everybody on the right side bitching about, oh, she's been not
Oh, bro, she was a ho.
yeah, she's a hoe. Or she did a bad
Maybe
job
that's why
doing a
Biden
safe
said ho
prosecution.
ho ho at the Juneteenth thing.
Oh.
Maybe. But they're going to try to bait. They're going to try to bait the right and the conservatives into going after her race and going after her gender. Those are the two things, and they
Oh,
want
yeah.
you to make it to where you don't have to talk about policy or her policy.
It's true. You got to remember, Tyler, the average Californian, if they hear you say that she's a fucking hoe and that she sucked her dick to the way top, they'll think that's a good thing, and they'll vote for
The
it.
girl power.
And
Go,
Here-
slay
yeah.
queen.
Look where it got her.
Yeah.
All right, use what God gave you, baby.
Here's their plan.
By the way,
You
all
know-
right, brief intermission. It appears Donald Trump prefers briefs.
Oh, all right.
Atta boy!
Yeah.
That's my boy
That's
right there.
America.
I kind of called it. I said briefs at first. Silk briefs. I guarantee
So
you.
he probably definitely did it. Yeah. So
Yeah, I can
not
see it.
quite
That's my
Yeah.
president right there,
but yeah,
baby.
briefs.
Anyways,
Yeah,
I feel like the demographic that they're really wanting to go after, though, is the more and more we talk about her race, the more and more like Black America starts going back towards the Democrat side. Because there's a heavy shift, I feel like, right now in Black America, leaning more and more right. Like, it's being overwhelming. We saw the Bronx rally a month and a half ago, and he got a way bigger crowd than the Senate rep AOC, who is that like Bronx
From the Bronx,
district,
yeah.
who is the district like rep for the Bronx. So I do feel like there is a heavy shift with that, and the more and more they go after the race, the more and more she can race bait into saying, "Oh,
They only
don't
hate
care
me because I'm black.
Mhm.
they don't care about black."
Damn, Tyler.
Again,
Tyler, I'm gonna have to just cut everything you say, bro.
Yeah, just
Oh my god!
I'm just kidding.
been a part of it. He's talked, but we've cut it out.
Again, I just think I just think in the same way as honestly like a Democrat. And if I was a Democrat, the moment I hear you going after my sex and the moment I hear you going after my race, I can easily just turn that around and use that against you. And we don't have to talk about my policies. I can just be like, no, you're just sexist. No, you're just racist. I put those people in prison to work overtime so that you have license plates for cheaper.
You know what?
I really-
did work. I did work 11 hours today.
See, Kamala
Hey.
Harris has been
Yeah,
God.
but you're-
Is it because Kamala told you to?
No,
Oh,
no, it's because I want overtime pay because I'm a real adult who makes money. On my
Shit.
own.
Damn.
I don't mooch off the fucking government, even though I work for the government, so I kind of do. Your guys' tax dollars pay for my salary.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna stop paying
Damn,
taxes.
Mhm.
good.
We got.
Oh, you
we
probably
got to
You heard
commit
that?
tax
I'm
fraud.
paying all my taxes.
That's-
I know.
You definitely
I
should
think-
not tell me that.
I
The
think you
IRS
know,
is paying.
I think after the talk about how Kamala may have assassinated Joe Biden and how Joe Biden's brain assassinated itself, we
Yes.
can talk about the main assassination of the
Yeah.
past couple weeks.
Yes.
Donald Trump.
Well,
Well, to preface that,
Coolest
he
recovery
didn't.
to- let's be honest.
He
whether you
didn't
love him or
actually
hate
get
him, he had the-
assassinated.
Yeah, he had the best recovery to an attempted assassination since Teddy fucking Roosevelt, dude.
this man put his fist in the goddamn air. That's my
Yeah.
fucking president right there, boy.
Got
Yeah,
shot
that was awesome.
immediately,
Between-
just like
it's
fought
like-
off his own
it's-
Secret Service
I'm
so he could
sorry,
stand up and
there's a
put his fist in there. That
Big
was hot.
fucking difference between Teddy and Trump. I'm sorry.
I
Yeah,
said,
Teddy got
all right,
shot
if you're
in the
not a
chest, to be
retard,
fair.
Yeah, Teddy
Why?
took it to the
you
chest.
would hear
stood
that I
up for another
said,
30
since Teddy
fucking
Roosevelt,
minutes.
you dumb bastard.
I don't
Use your ears
Damn.
every now and again.
I think
you
the way
godless
JFK
motherfucker.
I think the way JFK caught the bullet was the best.
dude, oh, dude.
Oh, I mean, best shot for
Hey,
sure.
to be
no doubt
fair-
about it.
To be
dude,
fair,
that-
Lee Harvey
that-
Oswald
that
threw a
in the
great
league.
pass.
Bro, that final kill cam must have been nutty.
Oh god.
You know who the Eagles should get as like a wide receiver?
Oh, no.
That
Dude,
guy
JFK.
right there.
That
Oh my
That
god.
man catches, dude. That man catches.
Alright. Back on track. Speaking of Eagles, it was in Philadelphia. Trump had a rally.
Of course.
Oh, not Philadelphia, sorry, Pennsylvania.
Oh,
Pennsylvania, sorry, wrong
It
thing.
was in
Wrong thing.
Philadelphia.
It was not a
It was in
brother.
Pennsylvania.
It was not a brother.
I was gonna say it was
No,
a
it
Steelers
wasn't, but
fan.
was
It
in
was not. We don't know what team he
Philadelphia.
likes.
Checks out.
No, it was
I
like
feel
in Butler, Pennsylvania. Sorry, I
Fucking
meant to say.
Charlie on a bet.
On a side note, I feel like that's like if you guys remember the Ferguson riots, that's like saying like Springfield was involved with the Ferguson riots.
You tell me Springfield wasn't?
No,
They
fuck
never
that.
are.
Like
Right, no
Springfield,
doubt
Missouri, or
about it.
Springfield, Illinois?
Missouri.
Oh, okay.
That's we had the Ferguson riots and shit where a whole
Oh,
bunch
yeah,
of
that's
people
right, I forgot about that.
up in Missouri went fucking crazy.
Alright, but anyway.
Alright, anyway.
So, Trump was having a rally, giving a speech, addressing people like normal. And then you watch the video, and you hear like some sounds, like some pops, and you're like, is that a gunshot? What was that? And you see Trump kind of like, put his hand up on his ear, like a bug flew by or hit him or something. And then he's like, oh, shit. And then there's more sounds, like more pops, which are gunshots. And it turns out the bullet hit him in the ear, and he gets down, and then like 6 agents or whatever come and surround him. It's crazy, dude. Like you see
I
the
mean, if you're counting the two girls, like were like 5 feet tall, I couldn't.
I was
even
gonna
get
say
their
there
guns
was the
out.
one girl who's just getting absolutely grilled on social
Dude,
media right
She
now.
can't even get her
Yeah.
gun out of her holster, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
she was struggling.
Bro, talk about DE hires, bro.
She also, even if she was competent, she's just not big enough
God.
to do that job.
Yeah, she
She
can't even
was like
block.
5 feet tall.
Yeah, dude, she was up to like his like rib cage, dude.
What are you gonna block with that? His head and chest are wide open.
like
Yeah,
you see
Hard
the
to
picture
sacrifice yourself for the president when your head only reaches his goddamn belly button.
exactly when you're small as hell. But you see the picture, and he's like down on the ground, like behind the podium, and there's
By
like blood
himself.
streaming down his face. Like
Yeah.
that's wild. And like, because in the video also, I can post a link to it or something. But he's looking off, like to his right, and which turns out it's where the shooter was. But then I think like after the first shot or right before the first shot, he turns his head just barely, just
Yeah,
slightly.
he like turns to look at the teleprompter or something.
And if he didn't, he would have been dead. We would have seen
Yeah.
a man shot in the head right on TV.
No, you know what's been blowing my mind lately is y'all know how rare it is to see a president or a former president almost be assassinated. It's only happened like 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, dude, we're
yeah,
living crazy.
wasn't Teddy the last one that got
No,
almost
Reagan was the
No.
last
Reagan,
one.
right? Yeah, that's right.
Reagan, yeah.
Reagan
he
got
had that,
shot at in the
uh,
80s.
Yeah, and then he had that meeting after where somebody popped a balloon and you just said, "Miss me."
Yeah,
Oh my god.
So
which is
dope.
Ronald Reagan's a dumbass, but that's pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a gangster
yeah, I
move.
respect that, man, yeah.
But yeah, Reagan was the last. So this is the first in our generation, and it's kind of weird to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Like
But-
it's not just Donald Trump, right? That's a former U.S. president.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a guy running for presidency as
Mhm.
well.
And a presidential candidate.
I mean, are we gonna get into like the weeds on this thing about how like we think it's an inside job or something like that? Because
Dude,
I don't know about you
I don't
guys,
know
but I
that it
think this
was.
is an
I
inside
don't know if
job.
it was an inside job or not. I could have certainly.
The
could've-
left may have planned
I
it. We
do
can't really
think
prove
that
it.
That the Biden administration did not provide enough security.
Well, and then like the Secret Service has denied Trump's details.
The Secret Service, the head of the Secret Service, resigned because of
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, she's a fucking idiot too.
Kim
by the way.
Cheadle. She is an idiot.
Absolute idiot.
Speaking of Kim Cheadle, during her congressional statement,
Dude, she got fucked live on television.
Marjorie Taylor Greene asked her a pretty simple question. It was, "Do you have a timeline of the event?" And
Yeah, that's a pretty
Kimberly-
normal question.
Kimberly Cheadle's response was, "I have a timeline with no specifics."
Oh my god.
Uh,
Which means
They
she doesn't
also-
have a fucking timeline.
my favorite thing was they asked her how many bullet casings were on the roof, and she goes, "I don't know. You're gonna have to ask the FBI."
Bro, what?
Yeah,
Casually implicates the FBI, by the way.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she literally has no idea.
I went ahead and made a simple, quick
Here, I'll pull it up.
timeline, and one of the
Right.
questions that she was asked was, "What time did the shooting start?" And her answer was, I'm sorry, it is under investigation by the FBI." When multiple sources said that the first shot is at
I was gonna say, there was-
6:11 p.m. Eastern
was a-
time.
Picture taken right before Trump right before Trump got hit of a bullet going behind him.
Yeah, and also the other thing too is like, wasn't the local police? Didn't they call about it being suspicious like an hour
Yeah,
or
they
something like that
reported
before the
it
shooting?
like 2 hours before it happened.
Here's
Yeah,
a
and
quick
then-
thing I'll get to the 8th shot really quick. This is a very quick rundown from 9 a.m. to 6:11. At 9 o'clock, somewhere between 9 and 11, he showed up at the rally site and then left about. He showed up at the rally site for about 1 hour and then leaves. And he
Didn't
left
he
to go
fly a
buy
drone?
bullets. Exactly. At 4
Yeah.
p.m., he came back to the
Bruh.
rally site where he flew a drone about 200 yards away from the main stage.
Which is where that
At
building
Flew
was.
it over the whole thing.
At 5:07, was spotted outside rally perimeter pacing around buildings by the 1st CST team, a counter sniper team. At 5:08, the 2nd counter sniper team spotted him. Those counter sniper teams are the sniper teams that were on those roofs that we see sniping him at the end.
Yeah.
At 5:10, that man is acknowledged as a POI in the FBI and USS briefing, which the USSS is the United States Secret Service.
Yep.
A counter sniper team at 5:30. Counter sniper team 1 spotted him with a rangefinder outside the rally perimeter and briefed that to the FBI and the United States Secret Service.
Oh, dude,
Now-
if a homie got a rangefinder,
Now,
that's
exactly.
instantly- yeah.
Exactly. Now, a lot of people probably don't know exactly what a rangefinder is. It kind of says it immediately when you think about it.
It's like a
But
little telescope thing.
it
that
can
finds
also-
range.
Exactly. It finds it in yards, for example, but it can also tell you the slope and the angle that you need to project on. And because he was at an elevated angle, of course he's going to want to know the downward angle that he
Mhm.
needs to have.
Yep.
So that's why he had the rangefinder at around those buildings. Anyways, at 5:52, the USS spots POI on the roof of a nearby building outside security perimeter. So at 5:52, that's when the United States Secret Service spots him. At 6:05, Trump walks out on stage. At 6:08, bystanders start noticing suspect on roof repositioning prone. At 6:09, the counter sniper team 1 points at the POI from the building that they're on and start beginning to kneel down and take position, grabbing their weapons and ADSing.
Oh, the
And
guy
that's-
literally saw. They literally saw him grabbing.
They
it,
saw him,
and
yeah,
they're
like
"Oh,
30
let's see how
minutes
this plays
before
out."
it happened.
And
On
that's
the
Yeah.
roof.
there's video proof of these things. So all of these things are lined up through time and video through the time of it is fact checked by its video proof.
Yeah.
So
Inside job, dude. Inside job.
at 6:09, the ECU, the Emergency Comms Unit, is stationed, by the way, in the second floor of the AGR building. And if you look out the second floor of the AGR building, you're looking directly on the roof that the sniper would be sitting on, that the shooter would be sitting on.
Okay.
But anyways, at 6:09, the ECU unit leaves the second floor of the AGR building to find the suspect, as they were notified of a suspect in that minute by the counter sniper team 1. So counter sniper team 1 told them, "Hey, we have a suspicious person. You need to start looking for them." We pointed at them. Which, again, if the counter sniper team points and knows that they're by pointing and kneeling down, grabbing their weapons and ADSing, they know where he's at.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me. And all right, here's the problem too. Counter sniper team 1 is on that first roof. The video that we see of the guy that's kneeling down and shooting, that's actually he misses his shot. It's actually the counter sniper team 2 that hits their shot. One shot they hit. So both counter sniper teams shot, but one missed and one hit. Anyways, I can't imagine that counter sniper team 1 couldn't see him, but because their line of sight was blocked by a couple of trees, they might have been pointing in that general direction, and then were grabbing they were going into ADS to try to spot him through scope.
Yeah. But
Anyways, at 6:10, local law enforcement and state law enforcement start looking at this, trying to find where this dude is, because the bystanders are yelling and pointing that in the suspect's direction because that guy has a gun.
yeah, like people in the crowd probably saw him on the roof or something.
Yeah.
And you can see in like pictures and stuff that there's a ladder there. Like someone had to have seen
put
him
a
put a
ladder
ladder up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he put it
it
up,
happened-
didn't, like, haul it up
yeah.
with him. Someone had to have noticed. All of
Like
it.
they
Well,
did, and the local police
Yeah.
officer.
Even the
yeah.
Secret Service noticed him, and they just didn't do shit about it.
They
And then
literally
got
they said it
shot.
was no. They said it wasn't a threat. That's what they
Yeah.
said.
Some guy
Well-
lying prone on a roof near enough to ADS on iron sights.
Well,
And-
at 6:11, all 8 shots are fired. At 6:11 as well, CST 1 shoots and misses 1 shot. CST shoots 1 and hits. It blasts that dude's fucking head off, honestly.
oh yeah, he got clapped immediately.
At 6:12, Trump stands up and is escorted away by the USSS to a vehicle, a black Escalade, right?
Yeah.
At 6:14, Trump's vehicle departs to the hospital, which was Butler Memorial Hospital. Now, these two things at the end is where I have a problem also as well with this, where Trump stands up and is escorted away by the United States Secret Service to a vehicle, right? And that's at 6:12. And
Mhm.
it takes them 2 fucking minutes. And by the way, you can see the vehicle. His vehicle is very close. It's only 40 feet away from the stage, right? Why is it sitting there for 2 fucking minutes?
Yeah, that
Why
seems kind of
isn't it?
excessive.
If you watch the Reagan assassination, they get him off the X in a vehicle, and by the time you see the video man panning over to the right
It's
to
on
the
the way.
suspect,
Yeah,
Reagan's already down the street in a vehicle.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Why didn't we get Trump out of there as fast as fucking possible?
Mhm. That's your job as a protector.
Because
And the
there
only
was
other
something going on with the Secret Service.
the only other significant thing in this timeline, I would say, was that at the end of all this, 6:14 was when he departed his vehicle. At 8:05, it took Biden a whole 2 fucking hours to come out and actually be like, "That's not good." So I feel like that's the only.
Let
other
wake up from a
significant
nap
thing.
too, bro. Come on now.
Other than 10:30, FBI is now given the full responsibility of the investigation, and finally, on the next day at 1:34 a.m., the suspect is identified as Thomas Matthew Crooks. So,
Hmm.
a better. I did exact. I should be the Secret Service director, guys. I think I did a better job
You had
than
this
that
on
Ho
lock.
did yesterday.
That's I would agree with that.
And so, what
I
kind
don't know.
of
She did pretty good, man. Come on now.
is a
You're
defining moment for
Just
me?
like Kamala Harris.
Well, hold on, Tyler. If I was to be trans, can I get your endorsement?
Oh, 100%, dude. I think you should be president
yeah,
if you're trans.
yeah. Tyler's
Hold on,
a well-known Democrat.
I'm gonna go
Mhm.
overdose on. I'm gonna go overdose on Blue Chew until I turn into a woman.
Nice. It makes it go in instead of making it go hard and go out.
I think
my
it's
God.
inverted.
But yeah, I would say it's how I heard a phrase or a wording of this that I really liked. I like to call this uh it it's something to do where you neglected to do it on purpose, right?
Oh, it's called inside job.
Well, you can say it like that, but when
Negligence?
again, I mean it is negligent. It's almost like a purposefully being incompetent. This is what happens when you get DEI. I like saying it as in now it's DIE because you die. When you do DIE, you end up getting DI. Or yeah, when you know what I'm saying. I'm
Mhm.
jumbling up my words, but anyways,
Hell.
You're doing great.
You die.
don't hire people based on ethnicity or their race or culture or any of that stuff. Hire people
Competency is probably
hire
the
people
best
for being the
idea.
best person for the job. You know what I
No.
mean? And
I
maybe
feel like Kamala Harris should be president. I think she'd be the best at it.
Shut the fuck up.
Anyway,
Oh yeah, okay.
all right, moving over
That was
that.
funny because I think Hillary Clinton would either kill Kamala Harris or kill
Oh
herself.
god. God.
It's true.
Kamala
It's
would
true.
be the first woman president.
Dude, honestly, dude. Oh god, Hillary and Kamala Harris are giving me headaches.
Hillary endorsed Kamala.
Yeah, okay, like that's
Yeah, but you know
that means
Hillary doesn't
anything.
actually want Kamala to be the first woman
Hell
president. She
no.
couldn't do it. Hell no.
Hell no.
I think there's more to say about the Obamas not endorsing Kamala than
Mhm.
there is anything.
I think
And
that's
Yeah,
funny,
because
actually.
Michelle wants to run apparently.
I don't think so. I think personally that the Obamas is actually more centered than what you think. And what's happening is that the more far left is actually like taking over.
Doubt it, dude. Obama, no.
I know
Obama
it sounds weird, but if you think about Obama's policies compared to what we've been through for the past 2 years,
Mhm.
because again, the past 2 years, I don't think it's been Joe
Honestly,
Biden's policies. I
I
think
don't
they've
like
been.
Obama, but life was not this weird when Obama was
Yes.
president. I gotta
Yeah.
say.
Again, I think you're seeing
gotta say it.
the dethroning of the Obamas as the ultimate supreme lords of the Democratic Party.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
That's
Like,
personally
like
what
I said,
think.
Barack, not my favorite guy ever, but shit was pretty all right. It wasn't great. It wasn't awful.
Obamacare was weird, but other than
Obamacare,
it
yeah,
was-
that whole thing was weird,
was
but everything
decent.
everything else was pretty
Wasn't
much
there
fine.
like the
I
fucking
don't
Great
know.
Recession when he was president?
No,
That
it
was
was
No,
too-
I mean technically
was-
yes and
that
no.
Wasn't that 08? Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was-
you have to
Most
admit
of that
he
was
did
during
it.
Bush's time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that was
have to
still-
admit
that
he
was still
inherited
Bush.
it.
I thought it started.
No,
in,
that
That's
started
like-
in 2007.
No, it started
That-
in
Tyler,
April,
that's like-
February.
That's like, all right, in the beginning of the Biden administration, let's say like it's January 22nd, 2021, one day into the Biden administration. Let's say like they're like, oh, you're now like, you are fully responsible for spending that $6 trillion that Trump spent. And it's like, no, I'm not the one that put that deficit on immediately. We know that
Mhm.
Biden eventually put the deficit on, but he inherited the $6 trillion that Trump spent on COVID.
Yes.
And that's what I'm saying. Like Bush, he had the problem of the recession. It was building up hardcore in 2007, and then the bubble bursted hardcore in 2008. And I think it was in like August of 2008.
Yeah, that's when the housing
was-
market crashed.
It was. I thought it was weird because I think it was.
I
at
wish the
same
housing
time
market would crash
Olympics.
again, to be honest with you, because then I
Mhm.
might be able to afford one.
Yes.
I think it was weird because it was at the same time during the Olympics. I
Agree,
feel
that'd
like,
be nice.
and it was like the one thing America could be happy about was that we had this one white dude that could swim and won like 8 gold medals.
Yes.
We all had something we could be happy about though.
I also remember, because I was living in Montana at the time, I remember that not really affecting Montana at all.
Was
Yeah,
it
no,
the
didn't really
08
affect-
the 08
Yeah.
crash or what?
Not a damn thing changed in Montana.
Not-
Gas
nothing
got a little
changed.
bit more
Actually,
expensive.
No, like
You're-
Bozeman and Billings actually crashed.
Yeah, Bozeman
No.
and Billings crashed, but I was living in fucking Helena.
Yeah.
And Helena didn't change at all. Gas got more expensive, but that was pretty much it.
Now some people in Missouri lost, but not overwhelmingly. That was like, I feel like eastern states that happened the most to.
Yeah, I remember seeing a lot about it on the news at the time.
It was pretty bad, dude. Like,
But here in
again,
fucking Montana, shit never fucking changes here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
It's
it's
It gets more and more expensive, but overall, nothing's really happened. in Helena.
comparatively, I think it's less bad. Like, I'm not an expert on this, but I think it's less bad now. But there's still like, there kind of is still like ways that people that shouldn't be eligible to get houses are still eligible to get houses.
Oh,
Mhm.
100%.
And I think that was the whole reason of the 2008 recession. Really, was that like,
Well, that and it was
Bye.
the banks borrowing more money than they could pay back and then losing it all.
that too. And then we also had the Madoff problems that
And
started
fucking
happening.
the American car companies doing the same thing, borrowing money they couldn't repay.
Right, it was a lot of things that happened
You know,
at once.
I
But I
think
feel
it
like
was-
the housing market really was the thing that set it all off at
Yeah,
first.
the housing
Oh,
market
yeah.
set everything in motion, and then the stock market crashed right after that. And
Well,
then
yeah.
all the car companies went bankrupt except for Ford.
I think the Bernie
Which was
Madoff thing happened in
suspicious.
2008.
It did. He got caught in 2008.
Yeah, and I think that made a lot of people uncomfortable because I think he took people's money and used it for his own like.
It was a Ponzi
Private.
scheme.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. But
Yeah.
so anyway, Trump survived it, as weird as it is. And like if you see in my picture, and also Rye say something.
Hello.
Wait, no, do it again.
Hello.
Oh, your guy didn't do the thing where he puts his arm up. But in Rye's picture, you might have seen earlier, he also does the fist pump.
Yeah,
That's
well, I
what-
think I have
Nice.
to talk about. No,
Oh,
it's not
there it
working.
goes. There it did it.
Oh,
But-
yeah,
all right.
cool.
But that's what Trump did. He put his foot up, or fist up, with the crowd and was saying like "fight" or something. And I think that's got to be the moment he solidifies the election.
And there was the upside
Yes,
down
sir.
American flag in the background, bro.
Yes.
Bro, what a
One of-
photo.
it's one of the
That was
hardest-
literally on the White
We're-
House.
You know what
dude.
the weirdest shit in the world is? We are currently living like a former president just almost got assassinated. We're living through
Yep.
a chapter in an American history textbook 5 years
Yup.
from now.
Yep.
People are saying it's staged. Like a lot of them are saying because he said like, why would he be so relaxed saying when he was getting up saying like, wait, let me get my shoes, and why would he immediately just do a fist pump? And I'm like, first of all,
This is Donald
they
Trump.
told him the shooter's down. when he was on the ground. They said
Yeah.
shooters down and Hawkeye is secured, which I think personally it's pretty badass that Trump's code name is Hawkeye.
Yeah,
That's pretty
kinda
cool.
sick, actually.
But you can hear it on the audio.
Here.
They say Hawkeye is secured, and I'm like, God damn it, that would be Trump's code name.
Which
Fucking sick.
now, so the theories are that obviously, like the left orchestrated it. Now, a possible counter theory for some devil's advocate is that it's actually staged by the right, staged by Trump. They
Right.
made it. They made the guy like miss. They made so that
No way.
everybody knew about it and everything, just as a way to solidify hype and get votes and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's
I wouldn't-
impossible though.
I would
And
believe
yeah.
that more if the guy hadn't been firing through iron sights.
To any of
And
those people,
It's a
to
little
any
too unreliable. Like,
I
yeah,
wanna-
maybe you don't have quite the precision.
like,
I just don't think it's
exactly.
possible to stage something like that, firing through iron sights. Because
Exactly.
you're
I was-
either going to
And-
kill him or you're going to miss. Those are your options.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Grab
I
a
was-
tape measure.
And
Grab a tape measure. Look how much a quarter of an inch is, if they can even fucking read a tape measure. But it's not that much of a distance. I would not put my life in a quarter of an inch of a distance from dying like that.
From
That was a-
300 yards with iron sights? Hell no.
It's a
only
well,
150, wasn't it?
150.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
150. But
either
still,
That's
even- he
that's
had a-
pretty far.
that's
I heard he had
450
red dot.
feet.
I heard he had a red dot, not an iron sight. But
Oh,
either
I
way,
thought
that's
I
still-
saw it was iron sights.
Bruh,
Yeah,
has
you
anyone
missed
ever
it.
used a red dot? That is
It's not- that's
very
not easy.
accurate at 150
It's
yards.
definitely not fucking
I was
easy
gonna
at
say
that
that's
with the
too
red
long a
dot.
range.
Yeah, I was not
But
saying I
here's-
believe it. I was just saying
The
Well,
There's
what I'm
probably
gonna say
theories
is
out
it's
there.
it's a real bullet. Like, how is he gonna put his life on a real bullet? That same bullet killed hit a person in like the shoulder line on the right side.
yeah,
of their
someone
body.
behind him died in the crowd.
Yeah,
Yeah,
someone behind him died, and there's like a former U.S. Marine still in critical condition because he got hit.
Mhm.
yeah, the
Well,
firefighter
that were-
died, and then
I think both people are actually in what is it called?
intensive care.
No, what's the like safe condition? Like they're in
Oh, are they?
Stable or
stable. Yeah,
Stable,
they're in stable condition now.
I mean,
Both
yeah,
of them are, but they're both still in the hospital.
I don't
it's
know.
like-
Man. Well, there's also ties. Apparently, the guy that with the shooter has like ties to BlackRock because he was in like BlackRock commercials
Yeah,
Hmm.
too. And then like apparently he got caught having lunch with like an exec there too.
Hmm.
And then so people, and then he also was on a Discord that was like
Well-
engaged with European countries and like people from European countries and like talking about how much they hate America, and so everyone's like thinking that he's got a little tie to European countries and whatnot. So
Hmm.
Man, who knows?
I don't know. If I wanted to put my conspiracy hat on, I just can put my conspiracy hat on as it was an inside job by the Homeland Security at this point.
I was gonna say it was either the CIA or the FBI. It always is.
I honestly think that
I
it's
think this falls
the-
under Homeland Security because they're the ones that control the Secret Service.
You think it's
technically.
Homeland Security? I don't know. I think
it's
I think the FBI and the CIA have significant control over
I
Homeland
think-
Security.
Well, again, Homeland Security is is Secret Service's big boss. They fall under the Department of Homeland Security.
Right, but you know damn well the CIA can
I
overthrow
have-
Homeland Security whenever the fuck they want.
I have no doubt that the CIA and FBI are willing to work together and not work together with them and other agencies.
Yeah,
That's
probably fair.
that's how I look at it. So like in this instance, I'm sure they're more than willing to help. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And
that's probably
Mhm.
true.
I'm sure in the JFK investigations, they were more than willing to help. But in certain instances, you know, they probably don't care.
What do you mean they were more than willing? The CIA killed JFK.
And then started
Oh,
their
100% they did.
and then started the Warren Commission.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
and like, I mean, the thing that gets me is why is there no details? Why is there no press conferences? Why is no one actually doing an investigation? Like, again, it took 9 days for any information to get out.
Oh,
so-
and there is an
Yeah.
investigation, quote unquote, going
yeah,
on.
but if a
What
president
is
gets
it-
shot, how is no one having any press conference from the CIA,
Yeah.
FBI, Homeland
think-
Security?
I think one of the most damning things, because what would be damning would be to confirm radio logs in some way to the time. And
Yeah,
if they
but
can
with the whole
confirm,
CrowdStrike thing,
yeah, but
They
again,
can't.
I think
Well,
if they were able to see at like how I have that simple timeline, right? I showed you the simple timeline. I read it out. Let's say at the whole 5:52 time when they said like, "Hey, we have this dude and he's out there. We spotted him. We need to start finding him." Right? At that time, I want to see the ECU, the Emergency Communications Unit. The reason why the Emergency Communications Unit is critical here is because that is actually comprised of 3 different things. It is comprised of the local, state, and Secret Service in one area. Like that is how they communicate between each other. 3-way communication right there.
Yeah, but I heard they didn't have that for this situation. I heard they didn't set it up.
They didn't set it up radio style. They set up an ECU, an Emergency Communications Unit, which is a group of 5 guys in a fucking boardroom looking out a 2-floor room window. Like the US senators went there a couple days ago and showed. Like there's no fucking way that they didn't see this dude. And then the FBI director or whoever the the state police representative that went before Congress, he said that no, they left the room a couple minutes prior to the shooting to look for the suspect as they were notified by the counter sniper teams.
So I guess my thing is there's just so much incompetence here that like it just cannot be pure incompetence.
Exactly.
That's how I feel, like personally.
Again, it's
There's too much
purposefully
going on.
being purposeful neglect. You purposefully neglect. You purposely hire the shit people that can't do their jobs. You purposely make it to where it like pre-advanced, like the advanced teams, the people that come in like a week or 2 before the rally even starts, you make it harder for them to do their jobs. You make it harder for radio communications to happen. Like
Maybe you don't put guys on the roof because the roof is too steep.
and eventually
That's what she said.
And you know too, you're like, and it's going to be outside. Everything adds up. Everything adds up. Let's do a rally outside where we have poor communications, we have poor placement, poor positioning. Like everything adds up for this dude to get killed, and we can easily say, sorry, the buck falls with me, and also it's under investigation. Refer to the FBI. You know what? She's gonna get a fucking $500K a year by the fucking government, whatever they're gonna give her, anyways.
She probably got a severance to get out.
And she's probably gonna be hired right back at fucking PepsiCo,
Yes.
where the bitch probably couldn't even secure a 2-liter of Pepsi.
Wait, so is she protecting the secret recipe of Doritos?
Apparently,
Probably.
Oh my god.
guarding Doritos.
So
Yay.
it's been a weird political era these past couple of weeks, and like Andy was mentioning, we're definitely going to have to keep our eyes out while the election gets closer, because things are going to keep happening, I'm sure. Who the heck knows what's going to be next? We probably got to wrap it up here, because Tyler was saying he's going to go walk Milo. Rye, thank you for joining us. Do you have anything?
Milo's is gay. Milo's is gay bondage.
I was
by the way.
Yeah, it's a dude. Aside from Cade, it's a dude he keeps in his closet.
Yeah, it's the dungeon.
But anyway, Rye, you didn't really get to talk much. Is there anything you want to say?
Not really. I'm just here to enjoy the show and have fun.
We gotta bring him on next week when we actually talk about some like topics that aren't politics.
Yes, please, for the love of God. I hate politics, but God.
When he talk about how the gaming industry's dead and we all want to kill ourselves. Sorry, unalive ourselves because on YouTube.
I pray to God that some millionaires go back down deep in the ocean with a really shitty submarine.
Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
there's a
Wasn't
possibility
there
that might
supposed to
actually
be
happen.
something like that?
Yes, it might be
God,
happening
I
again.
fucking
So
hope so. The more billionaires, the better. I hope Elon Musk invents a Tesla submarine and then just takes every billionaire down with him, and then
Yes.
they all die.
God,
No, so what'll happen is they'll go down, it'll disappear, no one will know what'll happen. Everyone thinks that they're dead, but in fact they're building fucking Rapture down there. Or
You know what?
Like
They're you know what? They can do that. They're
Mhm.
welcome to it.
it'd be interesting. Well, and
They
hope
can all fuck off and build into Bioshock City if they want.
can't wait for it to go down and I go down and fucking kill everybody. No,
very great.
Damn.
If that does happen, we'll have to see. That'd be a good topic.
Yes, dude. Coming to you live from the bottom of the ocean. It's Trust the Podcast.
Dang right.
Damn right, baby.
Speaking of gaming, we talked about it before, but I'm getting back into Elden Ring, and for anybody listening, stay graced, tarnished.